Oh, I'm live. Anyway, camera is dirty. Or maybe it's the screen that's dirty. All right, anybody in here? Man, this thing's like zoomed way out. Look how dirty my shirt is. That's all right. I got one guy in here. That you, Silverback? Yeah, I was uploading the thumbnail for anybody else who sees it. It says YouTube certified technician. That's what I've been doing. I didn't get a chance to upload a video last weekend and didn't get to today because I've changed 4 vehicles' oil. My mama's ignition switch on her Grand Am won't turn all the way back off, so you can pull the key out and it still won't turn off. It's like it's stuck in ACC mode even with the key out, so I'm going to have to redo her ignition switch. So that held me up from getting the T-top car into the shop today. So I was going to get started on it, and I got a battery for it and some oil. I was going to start draining all the fluids and tinkering, getting that T5 put in it. So, whew. Yeah, thanks, Silverback. I hope you do get a kick out of it. I like to make people laugh. But yeah, and then washing machine. My wife said the washing machine weren't spinning a while ago, so I went on YouTube and watched. She pulled it up. She actually pulled up YouTube video while I was working on some other stuff, and I managed to watch the YouTube video and find out it was this thing. Check this out. I found out this should be one piece. You can see how it will go together. That is a transmission motor coupling for a Whirlpool washing machine. And there's 2 of them things. And I just ordered that. So good news, it weren't but $15. But there it is. Just ordered that. So we're going to have to wear dirty clothes for 4 days until that comes in.
Not true. I have friends.
But anyway, just figure if anybody else sees this live or not live, they can they'll know what's going on. Been working on the washing machine. So yeah, that's it. That in the car. Looking forward to getting under that car. I'm curious as to how easy or hard it's going to be to get it running, because that T-top car sit for, as far as we know, about 8 years out there in that junkyard full of other stuff. So I don't know. I've never messed with an 85 car, so that's going to be interesting to find out. But my yellow car, the one I drive, my show car, it sit out there for 15 years and didn't crank. And all it took was battery. I drained the fluids, did all the fluids. I had to buy a fuel tank because the other fuel tank actually rusted and had a hole in it. I had to buy a pump. And then I had to I took it to a Ford technician guy who does stuff on the side and got him to figure out it was a map sensor because it weren't firing on all 4 cylinders, but it would just skip what 4 cylinders it was. And that was the only thing I couldn't figure out on that car. Everything else I did myself. Running, it took about 4 or 5 months of just tinkering little pieces here and there, fuel pump, fuel lines, trying to figure out if the pressure was right, why it weren't doing.
He said, "Are
and
you
that's
going
it.
to Ford Takeover?"
Man, Ford Takeover is 16 hours from my house, and I know I could suck it up and do it, but what's the dates on that? What's up, 4V Chuckles? Thank you for joining in. He's got the old New Edge car. Hey, Silverback, yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make Ford Takeover this year. Maybe one year. I'm going to Florida in the end of April, and everything's so close. I'm trying to get stuff hemmed up around here, trying to get a lot of stuff done around the house. And if washing machines and other people's cars quit breaking, I can tinker on some of my stuff.
I didn't do it.
I would trailer the car if I go that far. I usually trailer the car anything over 3 hours, just because I don't like sitting in the car for more than 3 hours with that road hum and the convertible top and all that. But and sometimes I don't trust that car for 3 hours. But anyway, probably not going to make Ford Takeover this year, but I do plan on going one year because I've met Caleb and Ken Hilder. I met both of them, got a good chance to talk with them at what was it we called it? It was supposed to be Mustang Week 2019, and the hurricane hit and run everybody that way. And the hurricane was actually here. I was canceling all my stuff at Myrtle Beach and found out they were going there, so we went there. So yeah, I met Ken and Caleb and got talking with them. Gearhead 704. That's where me and him kind of hit it off. He's a lot like me. We're both about half crazy, and
Where
so
Chuckles is going.
yeah, 4V Chuckles, you gonna go? Where are you out of 4V? I can't remember where he's out of. I know Silverback. You're up. Where are you? You're up north too, right? Most of you guys end up north from me. But yeah, I might do the 16. Well, I think it's like actually a 13-hour drive. But if I go that far, I'm probably gonna take the whole family. So you're looking at stopping and restroom stuff and all that. So yeah, it would be a 16-hour ordeal, especially trailer in the car. I'm not gonna run my Silverado in the ground because I had to go over the mountains to get there, and
through the woods.
I have to actually. There's an 8-degree grade on I-40 before you get to Asheville. That is, I don't think my truck would want to pull that car up there. So I'd either pull the car off the trailer and get my wife to drive the car and follow me up the mountain
Always
to get over that, or I could
fun.
just bypass around it. We've got a place up near Boone, North Carolina, little cabin there, and I have been to Pigeon Forge with the Yellow Mustang crowd, and we dropped the car off at Boone. We pulled it off the trailer and left it there at my mother-in-law's cabin, and then drove down to Pigeon Forge from there. So I mean, I could go around that route, and it's going to take 16 hours to go that way. Silverbacks in St. Louis, cool. St. Louis, Missouri, where the arch is. I've been through there one time. I can get there in 12 hours in a 97 Mustang with going about 75 mile an hour. I think is what we did to get there. Me and my dad, we made it 12 hours from my house. That was our cannonball run in 1998. Me and my dad went to Oregon we're right here. I'm 40 minutes from the beach on North Carolina. We went from here to Baker City, Oregon in 39 hours, which was what we called our cannonball run. We stopped long enough to get gas, and I think we actually went in a restaurant one time, and we did go into a truck stop once. But other than that, we were at the gas stations, and we'd swap out drivers. I'd drive about 400 miles. It was a V6 car. It was a 3.8 97 model. It was left over, and he bought it in 98. And we went July 4th week. In 39 hours, we were there. And I mean, we were booking. Our average speed was 71 mile an hour with the stops. And the car cut off at 96. The electronic governor would cut it off. So I set the cruise on 95 all the way through Kansas in the middle of the night. But we went up through St. Louis and cut across there because it was cooler in July when we did the trip. And then we just stayed up on the northern route. And it was fun. That was a fun cannonball run. I would love to actually try for a cannonball run record. That's what I've got some guys who have the cars, just the inconspicuous Audis and those high-end cars that will run 170 miles an hour, because I think the new record is 117 average, 113 average. So yeah, I would love to try it, but I don't want to go to jail. The guy who did it with the Mustang, I've read his story. I don't know if you guys watch Vin Wiki or not, but they've got the story of that guy who did it by himself in 25 hours on the Mustang, a rented Mustang of all things. So he said that car do 157 mile an hour, and that's where the governor stops it. But ours was governed to 97, or we would have done probably 120 anywhere where there was no big open roads and we could see ahead of us. But yeah, my wife says I'm not going to do it. So if I ever do it, I will have to sneak out of the house to do it, right? But yeah, one day I'll just call her from California and say, "Hey, sorry, I forgot to tell you yesterday." She'll be like, "Why ain't he in bed?" And I'll just sneak out in the middle of the night and go. What town am I in? I am in Richlands, North Carolina, which is about 15, 20 miles from Jacksonville. It's probably our biggest city. We're all small towns. I grew up in a town of 1,000 people, and it's like 8 miles. I live about 8 miles out of that now. I'm in Richlands, which is, if you look at the map, find Onslow County, it's about the 4th or 5th county up from South Carolina. So Myrtle Beach is fun for me because Myrtle Beach is only a 2.5-hour drive. So I'll drive the Mustang down there sometimes. So I trailered it last year to Mustang because it was acting hanky. My transmission, that AOD it don't like to sit around and get hot. It don't mind going down the road, So I put transmission cooler on it, and it helped a bunch. But even with the engine running cool, transmission still runs hot, and it still starts making a sounds like either the shaft holding on the torque converter, something. It just sounds like something is swelling or getting hot and starting to flex. And then once it cools down, it's gone. Once you're driving down the highway, it's fine, even in 100-degree weather.
Just not Chick-fil-A drive-throughs.
Yeah, don't like the Chick-fil-A drive-throughs. I have to cut the car off. And now the starter's starting to go, so I'm gonna get a mini starter for it soon because the starter's starting to drag now that the engine's getting hot. So if I cut off in the drive-through, will I crank back up? I don't know. So that car's got 30-something years of problems, but it's a fun car to drive. Frank 3 Stains.
Somebody needs to say something so we can ask us anything.
Yeah, ask us anything.
We might not answer.
Man? We need Camaro Man. He ain't gonna stop in.
We might not know the answer.
I shut him in the trunk of the car. There's a 3rd-gen Camaro down the road from the house if anybody's interested. I think it was a Berlinetta, which means it's at best a 305 model. I don't know if they put it. Yeah, they did put a 305 in the Berlinettas, and they give them, I think, wood grain dash. It's more of a luxury, like a GLX is versus a GT in the '83 Mustangs. It was more of a luxury edition Camaro, but my cousin had a 305 in his. But I saw it for sale. They finally put a for sale sign in it. It's sitting on the road from here. It's been on the side of the road for 20+ years. How many cars have I owned in my life?
All right.
Let's see. I started out at 16. My dad let me drive the '68 Mustang. And now, granted, he was a Chevrolet guy, ASE certified for 20 years, Chevrolet dealership, Chevrolet man, Camaros, Chevelles, and Novas. That's what he loved, those 3. And he was 60s muscle car guy, early 70s muscle cars. So he bought this Mustang when I was 15. I learned how to drive it and my mama's Cavalier. But I loved that car, fell in love with the Mustangs. But I started in the '68 Mustang. I didn't own it. He took it back. The day I turned 18, he took the car back, which no, he didn't take it. The day I got my convertible that's out there now, my show car. I have owned one. Hey, Brailsford Rides. I'm answering how many cars have I owned. I owned a Nissan 200 SX, 84 model. That's the first car I bought with my money. The second car I bought was the '86 Mustang convertible, which I still have. That's my yellow car. So that's 2. Then I bought a '85 S10 just for a little beater to drive around. Then I bought a '96 S10. So that's 4. Then I still had that when I got married.
Woo-hoo.
So my wife had a '89, like a mail car, one of them Oldsmobile Delta 88.
It was horrible.
No, that car was awesome. 3800. That thing had the 3800 front wheel drive. That car would fly, and it was a Buick. It rode so good.
So
it was
old.
Like you could drive in the mountains and just coast. And just float around. But yeah, it had let's see, that was 5, the mail car. Then we bought you a Grand Am.
We upgraded.
4-cylinder.
I only accept upgrades.
Then a white Grand Am GT. That was 7. Then I bought the V6 full-size Silverado extended cab because the kids sitting in the back seat of the S10, they were facing each other in the little S10 king cab, and they'd kick each other. Once they got tall enough to kick each other, kicking each other. So, all right, we had to spin their feet forward. So let's see, we did that.
We loved the little green truck, though.
Yeah, the little green truck was fun. We just outgrew it.
That was the kitchen
It's right up the road. I sold the guy up the road. He's still driving it. I sold it with 320,000 miles on it to that guy.
That was the kissing.
He's still driving it, and we are now 5 years later. So I'll guarantee you this truck has 400,000 miles on it. It was a 4.3. That thing would fly, and I always maintain my oil changes, fluids. I'm always tinkering, checking. So
yes,
that was good. So that's like number 7 car I've owned. Was the other truck. Then I'm on number 8 here, and she's got an Altima. So I guess I've had 9 cars.
Altima.
In my life. The Altima's, it's got some electrical gremlin in it. I don't know what it is.
We'll figure it out.
But 9. I've owned 9 cars. Well, now you consider the '85 T-Top I just got. That's 10. And the convertible car, which is the white one, which is nothing but a parts car. I'm going to probably strip it unless somebody gives me $325. They can drag it away and take all the window. If not, I'm just going to take all the window motors, convertible stuff out of it and save that for me, or just slowly sell that off. And the 7.5 rear end's still good. Transmission's still good. Just has no engine. So I'm guessing I've got 11 cars total, really 8 that I've ever driven. Yeah, it is a Nissan. They're decent cars. Once they get 200,000 miles on them or up near that, I think it's got 180 on it because I changed the oil on it today, and it's starting to
I
go.
like it though.
I went to high school. Oh, you Frank 3 went to Southwest.
What?
What?
Cool. His uncle
That is
lives
so
in
cool,
Richland.
man. Yeah, that's East Duplin. I went to East Duplin, and she went to Richlands.
Who's your uncle?
So yeah, we were in the same conference, man. Football, the woo, the '90s football between Southwest, East Duplin, and Clinton High School. Man, that was good. And they were a couple years ago. They were good. This year, East Duplin,
Okay, so
150K, I'd sell it.
Brailsford's rides.
Yeah, that's
He had to put his kids to bed, but you
yeah,
want to know
he's
when to meet up.
you know him. He's the boss 302. Yeah,
Oh,
we got to do a video.
Yeah.
I do. I was thinking about that. I was going to do it today. I was going to try and get up with Brailsford today because he probably don't live 10
He's
miles
probably
from
still
me.
putting the kids to bed because I don't see
But-
any more comments.
Yeah, he said Brailsford putting his kids
So you
to
got
bed.
to
So he'll
wait
be
to
back.
answer his question.
But yeah, I was going to get up with him. I want to ride in that Boss. I have yet to ride in a Boss 302, and then I was going to let him ride in my slow snail car and laugh at it. But anyway, I like Brailsford because he keeps his kids involved in this stuff just like I try to. Hey, stupid fast truck in the house.
Hey, you're famous.
Yeah, stupid fast truck. He's fast. He gives the stupid fast comments a lot of times. He's always first. I'm like, oh, stupid fast comment. Yep.
Yeah, I love the compliment you gave his
150K
channel
and
that
I'd sell
time. Thank you. That was
Silverback, what you gonna sell for 150,000? Go back
they
through
get to watch us like read the comments. Your eyes are squinting. You're cute.
Camaro man, he's in the trunk of the car. I locked him in the trunk. I think the last time I saw him, that's what
That
it was.
was that noise I heard.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's
Yeah,
so mean. He's
out there. I was
mean.
telling them that there's a Camaro up the road. He actually checked it out. It was one of our early videos when Camaro man came around. It was me and him in the car. He was riding in my car, and we saw this his car's been sitting there forever, and it would be a complete restore.
Isn't that the one you splash puddles on when we drive?
Yeah, yeah. There's actually a puddle in the road. You can throw water on it. Oops. My neighbors don't know I have a channel. They're yeah. I'm good. But yeah, there's water stands right there, and you can hit it hard enough with a sling water 20
on the
feet
way
up the road
to
the Camaro. Yeah. Oh, I see what he's saying. 150,000 on the car, and he'd sell it. Yeah, it's going. I don't know. I'll probably run it in the ground and just.
That's what we usually do. We run them in the ground,
Yeah,
and then we upgrade.
Yeah.
It's just a habit.
Yeah. Miles on the Nissan. Yeah, 150,000. Yeah, you're right. It's just every now and then it's a crankshaft sensor or a camshaft sensor or a solenoid or just some junk.
Or just an annoyed.
Always junk. I mean, other than that, the car's great. It's solid. We drive it. Been to Florida, been all over the place with the car. It's a good car.
Been to Walmart, pick up, back and forth.
Stupid fast truck. You gonna work on that Corvette any? Wondering how long the lag is.
20
I asked
seconds,
that at 18 minutes, 19 seconds on mine. Oh, yeah, sometime. Okay. It's pretty quick.
He's stupid fast.
About an 8-second lag. Well, it took him that long to type it, so it might be a pretty fast.
He might be a fast typer.
It could be. Stupid fast.
How many words can you type per minute?
Stupid fast typer. Is that 67 Corvette?
He's slow typing, he said.
Okay.
Do you use your fingers in the correct positions, or do you do the one finger type?
Yeah, I stink it. 65 Corvette. Okay. Man, I was in Rick Hendricks's museum 2 years ago now, going on 2 years ago before the zombie apocalypse happened. And with my Chevelle buddy, we went to that Chevelle show at Rick Hendricks's place. Cost us $25 a head to get in there, but man, the Corvettes, oh my gosh. The Corvettes. He's got 400 cars inside that building. And I think he's a 67 guy is what he likes, is the 67s. The one with the little pointy hood, that little pointer in the hood. And man, he's got one of every year. Well, he's got several of every year. He's got his 67 collection there. He has every color combo there ever was. If it's black with a red interior, black with black interior, whatever, he's got all those with automatics, 4 speeds. And yeah, man, It was unreal. He had the LaFerrari in there, a 918 Porsche Spider. He had the number one Demon, number one VIN Dodge Demon. He has the number one VIN Hellcat Charger 4-door. He had the number one VIN, first one that ever made of that. Number one Corvette of the last 5 years. He buys every one of those.
It's the Stinger hood.
Yep, that Stinger hood. Yep. Man, this dude has just the car collection insane. His guitar collection, his football collection. I mean, when you're a bazillionaire, it's insane. And they wouldn't allow us to take pictures. I took about 25 pictures of the backside of my hand because I had my camera between my finger when the girl went looking, trying to take pictures of all the Corvettes. And he had Optimus Prime from the movie, the real Optimus Prime, not a one made like it. I mean, he had a Knight Rider car. He had one of Richard Petty's, NASCAR. Not one of the, well, he had one like the big wing Roadrunner deal. It was just insane.
I would have dropped the camera if I tried to do that.
It was insane. It was 400 cars. I was talking with the girl about what was it worth. And she says, well, what do you call, what's a 67 Corvette worth? A hardtop or a convertible? She's saying 50 grand to 200,000. And then he's got 200 of those. She said there's probably a $2 billion car collection. What I'm guessing, and his net worth is only $1.5 billion. So he could always sell his cars. If he ever goes bankrupt and they don't get his cars, he just sells his cars out, I guess. But yeah, that was the most fun. Next time I go in there, I'm taking pictures. They can just kick me out. I'm just gonna take pictures. I'm sorry. They let some guy film. There is if you go on, you can look on YouTube and try and find Rick Hendrick's car collection. There was a young black guy that got to go in with a camera. And he's got a lot of. I went after him, so I saw some different stuff. And yeah, it was insane. He has a car that is the buck tag or whatever, or the delivery date is the exact date of all his grandchildren. So every grandchild, when they turn 16, gets a car that was made the exact same day they were born. Because there was one spot where there was not a car in the entire building. And it was his granddaughter had just turned 16 a couple months before. They had shipped out the car to her.
That's exciting.
And I saw his grandson, the car he's going to get, and his grandson's only like 5 or 6, maybe 7 years old. So
he can't wait to grow up. He's like, I want to grow up now.
Gazillionaire. Yeah, he is. It was crazy. I've never seen. I mean, we didn't even get to go into the NASCAR collection because I was over there slobbering. I dehydrated walking around inside the Corvette place. And the only picture. Where's my phone? Grab my phone. I'll show y'all the one picture I have, and it was the one that I didn't take. That was the backside of my hand where we were trying to sneak pictures when the girl weren't around. And it was.
Y'all need to behave.
Let's see.
He said a gazillionaire. So
yeah, he is. It was. It was crazy. I've got this picture, and I know it ain't gonna do well, but you can see.
That's good.
That's a 918 Spider. That very first car. Where am I at? Right there. Let's see if I can flip it. Nope, that didn't work.
Want to flip it.
I'm showing y'all pictures of pictures. But yeah. That's the inside, and they're parked just as close together as they can get them. This was the exotic area. Everything else, you can see the Corvettes. But yeah, there's a Ferrari, whatever that is. It was like serial number 2 or 3. And that Porsche right there was set the record at the Nürburgring. It was the actual. Whoa, what just happened? I got too close. But yeah, you can see what was happening. But yeah, check it out. I mean, it was wall-to-wall memorabilia and cars. Just cars galore. And what was crazy, I asked the girl, I was wearing Mustang shirt the whole weekend at the Chevelle show and everything. I had on all my different Mustang shirts. And we went and the girls looking at me. And I know so much junk trivia, it's pathetic. That's why I like Jeopardy. And I did that Jeopardy video. If y'all want to go back and watch Cameraman and me play Jeopardy against each other and Chevelle guy, it was fun making that video. It took about 3 days of filming to do all the different parts and all the things we want to do, just 6 or 7 hours probably putting it together. But the girl knew I knew everything about everything except the Chevys, because she says, does anybody know how much a racing package costs for a Dodge Demon? I raised my hand $1. She said, I bet you know why too. I said, yeah, because you can't sell a race car at a dealership. It's illegal without somebody having a racing permit. I said, but you can sell them a Demon and then sell them a box of goodies for $1. She said, that's right. And yeah, So yeah, I knew that, and she's like, "You're not a Chevy guy," and I'm like, "No, ma'am, I'm not. My dad was, but I got Chevy trucks. I've always had a Chevy truck, and I like my Chevy truck, but I like my Mustangs far better."
Did you already answer that one? Do you ever go to Coastal Plains?
Coastal Plains. I go out there for Frank. Three things. I go out there from time to time, not a lot. I drag raced my convertible in '90. I bought it in '92, so I think in '96, '97, the trophies that I did get from out there. I went to Kinston a lot more because the company I worked with, Guilford East. I don't know if you heard of them. They were over in Duplin County, Kenansville. It's a big plant. I worked there for 8 years, and they sponsored. They would pay half of our entrance fee. Look, Screen Man's here.
Somebody was asking where Luke plays.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Luke.
Yeah, we don't know where Camaro Man is. The Screen Man showed up.
Oh, that's great.
It's never a dull moment.
I didn't realize that was Luke.
But yeah, awesome. I go to Coastal. That's the closest one to my house now. I'm about 12 miles from Coastal, maybe 13, 14. But yeah, I go out there and watch. I don't race my cars anymore. I don't, especially not convertible. I might play with that 5-speed when I get it running, the T-top car. I'll probably take it out there just to see what it'll do if it acts like it's going to run anyhow. Just to see. I'm curious. I know my yellow car run a 970 bone stock. We were running 970, I think 971 from the factory. And it's got 327 gear, which helped me out a lot. I could actually outrun some of the hatchback cars back in the day that were unmolested. And then we shaved the heads, those E6 heads, we put them back on there because there weren't nothing available back then other than Dart. I think there was the Dart head, and there was one other head. That's about all you could buy. And we shaved them and got them ported and blah, 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 30 thousandths. And it got us down to 940s. And for the 8th mile, the only thing done to it is shaved heads, and the exhaust is completely hollow other than the Flowmasters. I've got the old Flowmaster 3 chambers on it. So, I mean, free flow exhaust. I got 0.3 of a second just on the head work on the rebuild. We rebuilt it, and I'm sure that helped a little, but it's slow now. I know it wouldn't. I could probably do 970s again if I'm lucky. But I'm wanting to see what this 5-speed car. I remember racing a 5-speed 85, and he got me because he was 5-speed. He didn't give me about a car length in a quarter mile. So I'm wanting to get this T-top car running and see how good it.
Y'all, every time we're in the Mustang and we go and we get to a stoplight and there's another car that is all fancy and sporty, like I go, well, I have to do it the other way because I'm on this side, and I'm like, no, calm down.
Hey, the temptation's real. These guys know it. All these guys are car guys. They know what it's like to be tempted by the drag races.
Thank you, 4B. So he said, "Be sure to click the like," and everybody had so far. Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, why do you never see me and Camaro Man in the same frame? He don't like to show up a lot when I'm doing my own thing. I don't know what the deal is.
Do you think Camaro Man should have a girlfriend or a wife?
He said he's looking. He said he's been looking a girl. He said he needs a car before he can get a girl.
What should she look like? That's my question. What do you want her to look like?
Yeah, Luke plays. That's
Luke.
Yeah, that's my nephew.
He has a channel, so like and
subscribe. He does gaming. If you got a kid who likes gaming, that's what Luke does. My son's got Josh. What is he? J Dog plays.
Yeah,
it's my son's channel. So if y'all want to go there, and if you like, what they play? Roblox, Minecraft.
Yes.
All kinds of. They do that stuff. I don't even know, man. I don't know. I know it's crazy. I've tried to watch it and understand it. It's not like me trying. I did make my son this morning. He actually did my mom's oil on the Grand Am. I made him do the filter and the plug, the drain plug. So he got I popped it loose. I popped them both loose because the filter was super hand tight. It took me a few minutes to get it popped loose. But he got him changing oil today. So
Silverback. What was the laugh? Was it the girlfriend thing or what? I want to know what he's laughing at.
Yeah,
it's great.
We might. I tell you this. Foxtoberfest, I'm definitely going to that one way or the other if they have it this year. It will be Camaro Man's gonna go. I'm gonna trick him into going. I've got a plan. I'm gonna trick him into getting there because he likes to roast people, so it should be an absolute fun day. I was gonna do Ponies in the Smokies, which is what, next weekend. I was gonna do that, but this trip to Florida, I got to get a bunch of stuff done before I get to Florida. Yeah, the girlfriend thing.
Should she be missing a few teeth? Long hair, short hair? What should we do? We got to find him a girlfriend.
We'll have to find him a girlfriend.
Should she be like,
Too bad I don't have that other Schwinn bicycle, the other lowrider. I got the one lowrider bike that he rides all the time, but if I had another one, him and her could go on a date on the bicycle. Oh yeah, Camaro Man and Gearhead. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
oh yeah.
That's definitely. And I might can sneak over to Charlotte one day before Foxtoberfest, and surprise Gearhead or somebody. We'll see. I want to go to Fox Resto and take a good look at Matt's. Matt that owns him and Jen that own Fox Resto. I want to take a good look at his 85 now, because he's got an 85 T-top, and I want to take a good look at that thing. There's so much stuff changed from 85 to 86. The looks didn't, but the third brake light's the only thing on the outside. But you're going 7.5 rear end to the 8.8 fuel injection. The battery's on the whole nother side. So last night I was looking at that before I bought a battery for it, trying to figure out, make sure I got my P's and Q's together.
Camaro Man interviewing Gearhead would be amazing. Stupid Fast Truck said, "Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll happen.
They work well together."
He's got nicknames for all those guys.
You just got to remember all the nicknames. I mean, Camaro Man has to remember all.
Oh, he knows them. I didn't talk with him about it. Yep.
You know what's funny? Willie's cousin, his cousin didn't know that Camaro Man was.
Yeah. My cousin's a little slow. My cousin was wanting to know who Camaro Man was. He asked my mama who it was, and I was like, goodness gracious.
I just think he wasn't paying attention. I don't think he was paying attention.
Okay, buddy.
I just think he missed it on that.
Yeah, I enjoy the editing. I've always done whenever the editing software come out, because I went to school for computers too, and it just really weren't my thing. I can't sit at a desk. I'm too busy. I got to keep my hands busy. So I kind of bailed out on the computer thing, but I went, just learning how to put computers together and all. And then I got into the software side, learning some editing, and I did my own little movies. And I always wanted to do some 2- and 3-part deals like Mike Myers did with on Austin Powers, and like Eddie Murphy did in a lot of his movies where he's playing all different parts. I like doing that type of editing where you can mess with people's mind. Obviously, it worked on my cousin. He wanted to know who Camaro Man was.
You forgot.
And Camaro Man's mustache is horrible. Have y'all noticed how bad his mustache falls?
It is so
bad. But it's part of the
bad.
gimmick now. We're not going to take it away from him because it's part of his gimmick.
And it never gets washed.
Well, he don't really do nothing. The dude never works. You can't get him to work to get dirty.
He's only around a few minutes at a time.
Yeah, true. Does anyone else have fun talking about fictional characters?
No Tail Cat 1 Gaming did not get mentioned, and you're in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Luke plays. Yeah, his girlfriend should be playing with Rubik's Cube. Yeah, that's my other hobby. That's the cheap hobby. If y'all want a good hobby and you want a good brain teaser, get into Rubik's Cubes. I got into that probably 98, 99. I learned how to do it. Found the internet website it taught me how to solve it. And then it's like golf. There is no perfect score. You can always do better and better. So I got into Speed Cubing about 2 years ago, and maybe it's probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I've got 20-something Rubik's Cubes. I got 4x4s, 5x5s, pyramids, circular shapes, animal head shape, just all kinds of stuff.
Yes, it's good for him.
And that's a cheap hobby. I like that hobby. That and Hot Wheels cars, they're the cheap hobbies.
It's good for him. But not for me. He tried to teach me, and I had to go take a nap.
Yeah, I can't.
1 hour of it.
You either understand what's going on or you don't. And I tell anybody who wants to learn the Rubik's Cube, if you can learn the top layer, if you just do white, I always do white first. And I always teach people white. If you can do it and get all the outside corners the same color, I can help you. But if you can't do that, I cannot help you. You can go on YouTube, you can watch whoever you want. But yeah, you just can't do it. So yeah, Rubik's Cubing is a lot cheaper. You can get a 3-pack of Rubik's Cubes in all different sizes, shapes, $15. You're done.
Okay, so
yes, Joshua Mower, I am ready for some. Yeah, the yellow car.
Yes.
I refuse to take it apart and fix the transmission, and it needs a rebuild, honestly, and it needs some heads. I need the heads, cam, intake stuff. But yeah, it is always ready. We've already put the top down, probably 3 or 4 times. We had some 80s weather last week. Now it's 40 again, North Carolina. But yeah, we had the top down. We've already done it several times this year.
That is my happy place. Very, very happy. One of my happy places. I'm happy most any place, though.
Yeah, Frank 3 Stings. I've seen that. I've seen the videos
There's
with your
Matthew
stuff.
Hoffman. Hey, Matthew.
Yeah, there's Matthew Hoffman.
Hit a Rubik's Cube on the
Oh
road
no,
the other day.
you ran over a Rubik's Cube. Man,
But
I
it
wish you'd have seen it.
survived. Oh, I don't
You
know
don't
if
know.
it survived.
Yeah.
Well,
Pick it up, bring it to me. I always take them. I take them for free. Free is good.
Well, if it's a busy highway, you
Yeah,
might
the
need to leave
convertible
it.
is ready. It's always ready. I'd drive it 2 hours with no problem. Somewhere.
Who leaves a Rubik's Cube in the highway?
Wilmington.
They probably
Wilmington's
got
about
tired
what,
of it.
90 minutes.
Just
We
threw
can
it
do
out.
Wilmington in 90 minutes. We can get pretty much anywhere in Wilmington. We go down there a lot to go out to eat. We'll take the Mustang. Throw the top down if the weather's good. Go get some photo ops by the battleship, you know, and all that cool stuff to riverfront. I love cruising through there, going nice and slow, seeing the reflection of the beautiful car in the mirror.
Yo, I just got home. Heck
Yeah. Funky 5-0.
You may not have said it that way though.
Funky 5-0's in the house. We were talking about you a while ago.
I knew something was funky in here. No.
I think we were talking about, yeah, you and Gearhead.
Oh, the girlfriend thing.
I sold my convertible
The Camaro man.
last year to get a yellow TJ Wrangler. Ah.
And I actually thought about you.
Hey, I got a Fox convertible for sale. $325. You can roll it out here. It's got a A4LD. The 4-cylinder transmission is there. Drive shaft. So all it needs is 2.3 and a few odd end parts. $325. I ain't got no title for it, but I bought it because it came with that T5 and a 302 out of a 91 Thunderbird. That's the only reason. I didn't want the car. Tried to talk him out of buying the car, but he threw the car in for a little bit more money, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. I can sell the parts. And it had the pony rims on it. And I mean, around here, pony wheels are going for 150 to 200. So I'm like, you know, I'll buy it just for the pony wheels. You know, just throw in the extra money and just get the car for the wheels and the motors out of it. And it's always got convertible parts. Everything convertible from 83 to 90 or 89. 89 or 90, they changed the way the rear end, the top goes down lower. They changed the hinges, the speaker panels, everything's a little different. But yeah, I bought it because it is the exact same top that I have on the 86. So yeah.
Oh, what time's his show? Silverback.
But I have to go a few things together. Oh yeah, your show. What time's it starting, man? He might be gone already. But anyway, yeah, I decided I'd pop on here because I didn't have a video ready this week. Like I say, the washing machine tore up and my mama's car threw me off by an hour or two. So
I hated to tell him about the washing machine. It wouldn't spin my
good
clothes.
News. It was only a $13 with shipping part, and it should be here in 4 days. So we
Eight.
wear. That's why my clothes so dirty.
Central.
You see my work. There's my work clothes.
So that's like
see the stains.
9.
Ain't got no clean clothes. 8 p.m. Central. Oh, so okay, yep. Silverback Central.
We got to go see him then, since he came to see us, right?
Yeah, I'll stop in there and see what's going on. Got a whole lot going here. Yeah, Joshua Mower. I don't think people hate. They don't hate Fox convertibles. They hate convertibles. You either love a convertible or you hate a convertible.
I love it.
I don't think there's any. I haven't met a whole lot of people that are in between. Yeah. I love it.
Me too.
But the thing was, when I got my car, I was 19 years old. My buddy had a 86. He got and now granted, my dad and his best friend always fixed up wrecked cars. They would go to the sales where they got cars that salvage title, good titles, whatever, you know, front clip busted. And he got him a car. It was an 86 GT top. And I loved that car. So I told the guy who bought it, my dad's neighbor, I'm like, hey, can you go get me? I would love to have a car like that. And I started looking for 80. I wanted an 86 GT. I wanted either a T-top or a hard top. I didn't care. He brought back that convertible. And my buddy said, hey, you want to see this convertible? He's got, I don't want no convertible. He says, trust me. He said, you go to the beach. I don't want to make you mad. He said, go to the beach. You'll be able to pick up the girls. You'll love the convertible.
That was before me, so.
Yeah, it was 20 years
Who
before
cares?
her. So, yeah, it's the truth. You know, go to Myrtle Beach. The girls like to ride in the car, especially once I painted it yellow and it became an attention getter. Because when it was black, it was okay. But there was 3 other black convertible Foxes in 1992 in my hometown of 1,000 people. So I'm like, okay, I got to separate myself from them. So yeah, you either love a convertible or you hate them. They're, you know, yes, it did leak. It does not leak now, but I don't park it outside either. It stays right now. It's under lean-to because the T-top cars going in the shop, so I can try and get it running. See how easy it's going to be to get it running. Then I'm gonna start taking it out for paint and start doing the interior and then probably do the engine last. I don't know, But I just want to get it running, see if I can get it running. But yeah, the convertible, I love my convertibles. I will not be without a convertible just because it's fun. You go to the beach. I mean, I'm right here at the beach, so I get right to the beach, top down, get to feel the wind in your hair, right around sun. We're in North Carolina. We get plenty of, I mean, 6 or 7 months out of the year, we're in convertible weather easily. Sometimes more than that.
Sometimes you just shiver and go with it, and it's awesome still. Matthew, did you see what Matthew said?
What?
A bucket and toilet plunger makes a poor man's washer.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the convertibles, I don't think people hate Fox body convertibles. They just hate convertibles. You either love them or hate them. And everybody, oh, they leak. The T-top car. Everybody don't like T-top car because they leak. But I'm going to tell you what, I honestly see right now, if you look at, I'm on so many Fox body pages on Facebook, it's crazy. That's all my feed is Fox body pages. And the coupe cars are bringing the money. But I'm telling you, whenever all the coupe cars are bought up, the next thing's going to bring the money, other than, high-end Cobras and Salines and stuff like that, is going to be the T-top car because they're that rare. And I see it happening. I mean, they only run from up to 88, early 88, they quit making them. So yeah.
Joshua keeps putting a red dot on me.
I'm thinking convertibles, T-tops. Convertibles, there's so many of them. That's why they're not bringing high prices, because everybody who had convertibles is usually either the older person who could afford to pay $3,000 or $4,000 more for their Mustang, which is what they cost, and the older people that enjoy the sun. I guess I'm older now, whatever.
No, we're still young.
I feel, yeah, I'm young at heart.
We're just gonna be young.
I'm mid-40s, but yeah, I'm just gonna stay young.
That's
but
right.
The convertible lifestyle is convertible lifestyle. If you love it, you love it. I do. I will not be without it. The T-top, I'm looking forward to that because that's like a hard top, and you still get the wind in your hair, and they're gorgeous. I looked for that car for a solid, I would say 8 months, and I kept missing them by 1 or 2 days. I'd see it on Facebook Marketplace, and I'd contact them. Hey, I'm interested in this. I can get there Saturday, and well, I got a guy coming Thursday. And I missed one that was painted. It was a roller, but it had a good paint job. This one sit out there. That guy had 20 plus Fox bodies, and it's in that video. That video is now a month or two old. You go back and look at stuff he had, and he was getting it dirt cheap. He had 2 SVOs out there now. SVOs, $1,000 takes them. They had engines and transmissions. They had sit out there what he was doing. He was buying these things up when they were dirt cheap, and he's a dealer, so he would buy them. Somebody had a problem with it or something would quit on it, and he'd buy this car from them dirt cheap, and he hauled them all over there. He said he had one business, and then he changed businesses, moved this other one, and then him and his buddy had a falling out, and he left the cars there, and now the buddy has sold the business, so now he's got 20 plus Fox bodies sitting in the field, or he had 20 plus in the field. Now they're all got to be gone. So if you are curious and you see something in that video I upload, I videoed every Fox he's got there, and a couple other cars. If you're curious about the car, he's selling them cheap. He's got to get them off that land because the guy sold the land, and the car's got to go. So I mean, it was $1,000 for everything he had that had an engine in it. If it didn't have an engine in it, he was letting them go for less. I don't know what. I just called and said, "What about the 85 T-top?" He said, "The motor's there, transmission's been stolen out of it." I said, "I have a T5, no biggie. I'm gonna get the car."
You got to catch up over here. 4V Chuckles.
And yeah, let's see where we at. I'm gonna read y'all's comments.
You're at 4V Chuckles.
People, yep. But yeah, people don't hate Foxes. My coworker has a beautiful 86 GT Vert. I got a short video on my channel. Yeah, I had to check that out. I hadn't.
Chelsea.
Slap a Camaro emblem on that white.
Camaro man won't know the difference.
He won't know. Yeah, on the white convertible. I agree. He might not. He was mad because I bought that T-top car. I met you at Foxtoberfest in 2009. Yeah, Joshua Moore. Josh. Do you go by Joshua Moore? Funky says, I like a T-top. Yeah, the T-top cars, they're just gorgeous to me. T-top coupes are really good when they're done right. They look great. I don't know if y'all know the guy, Dentimore. His last name is Dentimore. He has a Grabber Blue. He calls it a Capri T-top car, and it's Grabber Blue. It's got a Capri front end. He's been at Myrtle at Mustang Week, and I know he used to carry it at Foxtoberfest. Last year, he's doing he had a Terminator swap in it. Now he's doing what I hear is something, I don't know if I should tell it or not, but it's bigger, faster. It's faster than a Termy swap, what he's doing to that car. And he's got a green one. I saw it at Mustang Week, #not Mustang Week, past season. We saw it there. It was green. It's a green coupe. Now, I can't remember if it's T-top or not, but the blue one, he did the T-top conversion himself. That car is sweet. The squareness of the Capri, I don't like them on a lot of cars. Don't like them on the convertible, but I love them on the T-tops. And
It's
this whole crowd's eaten up with insanity. I'm telling y'all.
I
Ooh,
used
my
to
brother
do
wrapped
that as a
T-top around a
kid.
tree. Yikes.
Ooh, yeah.
That's why I had my buddy's
yeah.
T-top. My best friend, the 86 he had, he ended up running it up on a guardrail being stupid. And it just twisted the frame under it.
We feel young.
Michigan air. Yeah, Funky,
Praise
he
God.
says he's young because he breathes Michigan air.
And it blows over from Chicago. That's great.
I had the red PDI convertible. Are you talking about the guy on Blue Creek Road in Jacksonville? No, Frank Three Stings. I have heard about that guy on Blue Creek Road, and I'm going to go down there and check. There was a guy down there that had a bunch of SVOs because I set up a double wide whenever I was working for a double wide place. I set up double wide across the road from him one day, and I walked over there, and he had like 6 SVOs. But this ain't the same guy. This guy here he's in Laurinburg, North Carolina, right near South Carolina line off of Lumberton. And he had, go back and look at my video, man, there was still some nice stuff there. When I was there were 3 guys picking up stuff. And I mean, I called as soon as I saw that ad and I saw that was an 85 GT T-top. I said, I got to have this, I got to call him at least. And then, he was like $1,000. I'm like, I'm there. I said, I can't say no. And when I got there, I checked up under it and I didn't see any rust at first. I've actually been up under it one time since. I'm fixing to get it up on the cribbers and the jack stands and take a good look. But I was actually under it the day before yesterday. There's one little rust spot about that big around. My convertible has the same spot and almost identical. And driver's seat frame rails broke. I didn't notice that. But I mean, other than that, the car it needs a hood. It'd probably be easier and better to replace the hood than it would be. There's 2 dents in the hood. Somebody tried to Bondo, the Bondo popped loose, and there's a dent in the fender, driver fender. Other than that, the car's straight. It needs a spoiler. I might do saline spoiler. I'll do a factory 85 spoiler, maybe an 86 spoiler.
Somebody said something earlier about a car being on their channel on one of their
that was
videos.
Frank Three Stings. Yeah, he lives right down from Fox Resto.
I just want to make sure we shared that.
I know a guy that has, I believe it's 88. Yeah, this 85 has the original stereo, and they got an add-on EQ that looks like it's straight out of the 80s mounted under the dash. It's crazy. I mean, it has the factory tape player. Now, the white convertible, the 88, I have a factory radio there. I don't know if it works or not. Couldn't honestly tell you if it works or not, but I will tell you that it's there. And if anybody wants it, it's a cassette player. If you want it just for looks or you want to try and fix it, maybe $25 and I'll let it go. I don't know because I like to look. I'm gonna try and keep that 85 tape player in the 85 just because it is a factory. Everything inside that car is factory. It's crazy. That car is a 2-owner car as best as I've found out, and I don't know. It was probably run hard. I would imagine these young guys down there. It was bought in Darlington, South Carolina. I've got the actual keychain from the dealership to where it's bought at. It's got the original keys, and all it works. I'm due to the original stereo and everything. I paid $300 for mine during the resto. Yeah, they are, and I've got 2 of them out there. I got one that came in the convertible. It's still in the actual. I'll sell the whole console for the 88 car. It's in good shape. If somebody fixed the ashtray door with a different color ashtray door, but it does work. The spring works. Somebody could spray paint that thing and put the SEM, the good paint on it. And the factory radio is still in it. I didn't even realize it till the other day. I popped the trunk and looked at the console. Holy cow, this thing's got a factory radio too. So, I'll sell that one for 25, but the one to 85, I'm probably going to keep in. I'm going to try and see if it works. It would tickle me if it worked. That would be funny. A lot of stuff worked on my yellow car where it sit 15 years, didn't run. There was a lot more stuff worked than I thought wouldn't work. And somehow the horn the other day, I didn't know that the Mustangs had 2 horns. My 86, I got one of them clubs, to keep people from stealing it. And since I pulled it outside where it can be seen, because I'm going to put the T-top car inside the shop, I put the club on it just because and turned the wheel where if they were coming there with rollback, they're going to have to pull it into a building to get it away. And when I put the club over the steering wheel, I was mashing the horn down, and the horn on the driver's side started working. That horn has not worked since 1993, and it just started working. I'm like, are you kidding me? After I had jumped through jump yards one day for a solid day out there with a battery, I was taking a little lawnmower battery around with me, checking horns on on junk cars trying to find a horn for that thing. And yeah, it's just funny what works and what don't work on some of these cars. And I'm hoping, maybe everything, if that radio works, I'll be tickled just the radio part. I'll put one of those plugs that adapts to a cassette player. I'll stick that in the cassette player and see if it works. What do you do when you're washing dishes on your own?
He said, I taught that. He did. You did.
Oh my.
This one's sweet.
Yeah, that's Miss Whiskers.
Miss Whiskers is so sweet.
Got to break Miss Whiskers from getting on cars though, because you've been getting on my junk cars.
Scratching them.
She don't get on the yellow car because I got a cover on it.
But she needs her claws. Ow. Well, she does need them.
Yeah. So you wash dishes and watch Yellowfoxbodyguy. Yeah, it's a good show. Luke's doing that.
Great. That's awesome. Multitasking, getting it done.
Ignore the second message. Anyway. So we're looking at 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here in a minute. That way y'all can go see it's 8:30. They give you 30 minutes to get ready.
Get a break, go potty and get a snack.
Join Silverback. Silverback's got some clean looking cars. Funky 5.0. Yeah, Funky. See, Funky does it the right way. He builds all the engine. While it's out, he does all the work under the hood. I do it right the opposite. I get the car looking all pretty just to show off the outside to people that see me going by. Then I do the engine later. Go figure.
Unless it doesn't have an engine.
And see, that's the wrong way to go about it. I should go ahead and do the engine bay, get everything put in there. Then when I get it painted, I ain't got to worry about scratching it, leaning all over the hood, reattaching everything back under the engine.
I know, Flintstone style, Camaro man, walking in the shell of the car. Well,
y'all need any power window motors or anything? I'll sell them to you. Because I'm going to park that 88 out. I got all the pictures. I just got to put it on Marketplace. I don't think I'm going to be shipping unless somebody wants to pay shipping. I'll ship out power window motors, the convertible top motor, all that stuff. He's looking at
Any more questions before we go?
Yeah, we're going to get off here in a minute.
Ooh. She wants to get
I do appreciate everybody for stopping in. Like I say, I was going to make a video of me getting that car in there on Cribbers. What are you doing?
She wants the cat to be seen.
There's the cat.
The cat don't want to be seen.
I'm getting dizzy watching myself float around. I know y'all are.
Anybody getting nauseous?
I took the coupe for a ride today. Ran out of gas. Ooh.
Oh no!
That's something I got to do on the yellow car.
No.
I put a new pump in it, but I didn't put a new floater, and they're separate on the 86. And I guess newer they are too. I don't know. I think the 85 it's all you got a floater and that's it, and your pump is outside. I think the pump is outside on the 85 tank. I'm not sure. I'm fixing to learn a bunch of stuff.
What did you do, Funky 5.0? Did you have a friend come?
Had to call a friend.
Did you
call AAA?
Did you have to call a Chevy truck? I'm just playing.
Oh, YouTube certified. That's Luke. Yeah, he's a teenager still, so it means that I watch YouTube and I fix stuff based off what I learned from YouTube. So I'm not truly YouTube certified, but I am because I just fixed her. Like I say, the washing machine part. I went on YouTube. Well, she went on YouTube and punched in the serial model number, and we found out that part is broken.
So
it doesn't spin our clothes dry, so we're wearing dirty clothes for 4 more days.
I was praying and doing a Google search on YouTube search.
Do 87 to 93 have non-power window doors? I think it's an option. Matter of fact, I know it's an option because
Dad to the rescue.
Harris Lou out of Charlotte. He's near you, Frank Three Stains. He has the Grandpa Vert that was ordered. It's a 80. I think that's an 88 car, 88 or 89. About 1990, you could not get a convertible without power windows, but you could order them up until 88 or 89 because that red convertible he's got with the white roll bar, that real pretty car, it has crank windows, all 4, and that's super rare to have crank windows on the back of a convertible after 83. In 83, they were all crank windows, I found out, because a guy up the road from me, he's got a 83 GLX he bought simply to flip. All he's going to do is sell it. And he's already been offered $9 for it. And he said, that's way more than I bought it for. It is bone stock, factory paint, unmolested, red interior, white GLX. He's got the tri-pony, tri-bar wheels, whatever they are. He's got all the factory stuff. I mean, this car is bone stock, and it ain't like 60,000 miles. So he's going to make him a nice little flip on that car. And it is all roll up. And we got to looking at an 84. It had power windows in the front, just like the 83 GLXs. and roll-up windows in the back. And then I think after 84, maybe 84 might have been all power, but after 83, they were all roll-up windows in the back because they didn't know how to do the window motors yet. The crowd up the road from Dearborn, that was, I think it was Cars and Concepts out of Brighton, that did all the convertibles. And all the 83 tops, most of those were chopped. But don't believe everybody who tells you that all convertible Fox bodies had the top cut off after Ford put it on. No, don't believe that, because I've took mine apart. Those are all stamped pieces, welded, and Ford's not going to make a car from 1984 to 1993 and keep putting tops on it just so they can cut it right back off in-house. That ain't happening. In 83, they sent them up the road. Brighton cut them off, but they had them off by the time they got there with little fake tops, and they molded a lot of that stuff. I ain't going to say all of them. They might have got in a bind and had to cut some off, but from everything I've been doing research on, I heard some guy was trying to tell me they were all coupes, all convertibles. I'm like, man, they sold 20,000, 30,000 convertibles a couple of those years. There's no way in the world they made that many tops and then decided not to, decided to cut them off. I said, there ain't no way. And I know the top window post, if they did have to cut all of them, they had to do the whole window frame again because it's all stamped. Yeah, Burton T-top doors don't have window frame. That is correct. Funky knows his junk trivia. Yeah, the window on that 85 is down about that far, so I've got tape and a piece of plastic over it right now. And I was in there the other day. Now that I got a battery, I'm gonna be able to try and get it up the rest of the way. But yeah, they don't have window frames. So, and I believe they were made that way. I don't think they cut them. So whoever was trying to tell that story, and back then I used to believe my car was a coupe, but once we pulled trim off, I'm looking at it like, no, that weren't a coupe. I think they just put convertible doors on them at Ford, and then shipped them up the road to Brighton to get the T-tops cut out too on T-top and convertible cars.
He says he's looking to buy a set of
Frank
doors.
Three Stains. Convertible doors, Frank Three Stains? Because both of those it's an 88 car, so the window switches are different than the 86 and under. But it's got the control. The control's there for all four windows, and I'm thinking everything works. But I've got convertible 88 doors. I don't have anything else. All I got is 88 convertible parts that I'm parting out. And I've been snatching. I got the cowl off of that car for the 85, and there's a few other pieces I'm going to get out. Probably the door handle, because my door handle on the 85 is broken. One stop pony stop, cut the window frames off for his T-top. Cool.
And T-top doors don't have window frames.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Cars and Concepts.
They're not going to get their potty break if we stay on here.
Yeah. We'll make it a 1 hour exactly.
All right. 57 minutes. We got to get off at 1 hour.
Hatchback, roll up window doors. No. That guy in Laurinburg, Mike, go back and look for that video. About should have been 6 or 7 weeks ago. And that guy is from Charlotte. He's probably a 2.5, 3 hour drive, because it was a 2 hour and 20 minute drive from here. And he's down near Lumberton. So you're at Charlotte, getting back to Lumberton, probably about the same for you. He's about 10 miles off of the South Carolina border. He's got the cars there. He's probably willing to part out. He's trying to sell a whole car, but he might have some doors he might sell you, because I think I'm gonna go back. He had some shorty headers and some other stuff he was trying to sell me that day, and I ran out of money. I took just a little bit of extra money and got a whole GT front end for my convertible, because the front end on it's off the LX car where we fixed it when it was wrecked. I was in a hurry to get it fixed because I had a big car show I was wanting to do. So we just threw the LX front end on it, and I never have changed it. So I bought me a GT front end for it. And he had all kinds of parts, man. That dude's got a race car. He's got I think he said that car ran a 6.0 in the 8th mile. So yeah, you're looking at a 10-second car, maybe a hair faster. It had wheels on the back, about 12 inches wide, and it was definitely a race car. So he knows his junk. He's been banging. He knew a lot about the Fox bodies, and he was a 4i guy. So most of them were that, but he did have a couple newer, some 88s, 89s. I think everything was 88 and under. He had a 505 speed coupe there. I was questioning. I thought it was an SSP car, but it weren't. But it was 505 speed coupe. I was gonna try and buy it, but he already had it sold out. He's looking to lose some weight on the turbo. Yep. Weight is bad. I keep adding weight. I added subframe connectors, which my convertible needed them. And then I put a stupid hitch. I got a little hitch under there where I can put a luggage rack hanging off the back, just for Mustang Week, Myrtle Beach, because it's so packed in that car. Unless we trailer it down there, and I'm probably just gonna trailer it everywhere it goes.
Yeah.
Just because I always have a way to get it back home.
One last thing. Come on.
All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off here.
There he
Screen
is.
Man says bye.
Bye.
Camaro Man, I heard him mumbling. He's in the trunk of the car there. So I'm gonna get over here. Appreciate everybody for watching, for giving the thumbs up. Stupid Fast Truck, Frank 3 Stings, Luke Plays,
Everybody.
Funky 50, Brailsford kicked in there for a moment. Yeah, Brailsford, if you get back in here or you are watching now, I'm definitely gonna ride. I want to ride in that Boss. I want to see what it'll do. And 4V, Joshua, everybody who checked in, appreciate it.
Chuckles.
As I always sign off, God bless you all.
Peace.
Peace.